You mean it won't work? Anything will work. They do it like they play a yo-yo. It's up and down, up and down. I'll throw the yo-yo away. Yeah. Never master it. You know, the average person reads at a grade 7 level. We learn to read by the time we're in grade 7 and never improve upon the skill. Very few people ever master anything. I want to suggest that through the repetition of listening and looking and watching this, you're going to master whatever you love to do. Go and do it. Get the courage to step out and do it. On page 38, Genevieve B. Rand said, when your understanding comes from knowledge, it's the polar opposite of ignorance. When your understanding, and remember, knowledge, the only way you can get it out is through study. Unfortunately, study seems to be something like taxes. People only do it if they have to. Well, what we want to do is fall in love with the idea of studying. When your understanding grasps the power to visualize your heart's desire. The heart is the spiritual core of your being. And you know something? Spirit's always for expression and fuller expansion. Spirit's always for growth, never for disintegration. When you see things get bad and they say it must be God's will, that's an expression of ignorance. God's will's always for expansion and fuller expression. Greater ways, greater things. That is God's will for you, for me, for everyone else. Never for hard times. Abundance is our birthright. We've been conned, folks. She said, when your understanding grasps the power to visualize your heart's desire and then hold it with your will. Don't let some peon suggestion knock the idea out of your mind. You can't do it because you never have up till now. Hold the idea with your will. Concentrate. Do like Napoleon. He said, I see only the objective. The obstacle must give way. Do like he did, but don't be like he was. He wasn't a nice person. She said, when you do that, it will attract to you all things requisite to the fulfillment of that picture, and it'll attract it by the harmonious vibration, the law of attraction. You know what you have to do? If nothing's created or destroyed, you've got to get on the same frequency as the good that you desire is on. There's music in this room right now. You don't hear it, but it's here. If I brought in a little transistorized radio and turned it on, you'd hear the music. Did I invite the music in, or did I tune into something that was already here? And all I have to do is change the dial and I get different music, and change it again to get different music. And what am I doing? I'm tuning in on different frequencies. And as you get the image and get involved, you alter the frequency you're on. Therefore, you attract whatever's on that frequency. If you want poverty, tune into it. Be delivered right on schedule. Me, I've never liked poverty. Never. Even when I lived in it. Now the rest of page 38 is pretty, well, self-explanatory. You fill it in. Make sure you fill it in. On page 39, there are 3 lessons here, or 3 concepts. It'll take in whatever John's explained and what I've explained. 3 certain steps for prosperity in all areas of your life. On page 39. Number 1, build the image. That's plugging in the bigger bulb so that you can illuminate your life in a greater way. Turn it over to Spirit. Turn it over to Spirit. Let go and let John. Let go and let God. I was thinking of John as I was saying that. But for good reason. So we didn't edit it. It's for your benefit too. You know, when John and Pat Swanton talked to me about that house on Seven Barge Walkway that I made reference to yesterday, that Vera Bott and Brian and Leslie now live in, they came to me after they put a deposit on that, and they were worried because they didn't have the money. They couldn't even see where it was coming from. And I used that quote of Genevieve B. Rand's. I said, believe it's coming and it'll come. Just let go and let God. And it was a very, very funny feeling the day they moved into that house, because I was there and they moved into the day, 18th of December. The only thing that was in that house that was movable was the stove and the fridge. And on the refrigerator were a pair of praying hands, magnetic ones, that said, let go and let God. God's everywhere. He's everything. Will work through you. Will give you whatever you want. But you've got to ask for it. And you ask in the form of feelings. Number 3, expect. Well, if you take this lesson and you study it, you listen to the cassette tapes, you watch these audio tapes or visuals, and you watch them over and over and over again, the expectation is going to become natural. We've already covered that. Expect it with your heart and soul that Spirit will reward you openly for your faith. It will reward you openly for your faith.